Hi everybody. Well, here it goes. You've reached high voltage. My name is Lasha Rojenko, and today we are talking about fentanyl and opioids and the healthcare system and Canada. I've been up all night because somebody in my family, not related, which it wouldn't matter anyways, died of a fentanyl overdose. This is the second person that I've known in 6 months. And do you know why it makes me so mad? My dad. He was addicted to Tylenol 3, 4, whatever came in the door. My ex-husband, alcoholic. He was so boring. I used to buy him alcohol because he was such a drag. Wasn't that stupid? I was 30 years old. I didn't drink. I still don't. Not anymore. I tried that avenue. It didn't work. Look at this. Here's my point. Everybody talks about Diddy. I don't care about Diddy. I don't care if Hollywood goes down. I really don't. I don't care about who's a witch. I don't. I don't care about those people. I'll never meet those people. And they don't care about us. So why do we talk about them? Why can't people talk about what's real in our lives? Like Sarah and Melody Moon and Random Citizen and T-Bone and Saucy and Trevor and Olga and Raylene and Sarah and PJs and Donald and Bev and Jay and Jerry and Kawar. You are so persistent. I'll give you that much. That's why we didn't do the raffle yesterday, okay? Why does this subject bother me? I didn't write it down. So let's just start off with the first point. Let's just start off with how this whole story started that we're a part of that we didn't know about. The Sackler family. Sackler. Does anybody remember how to spell or write? S-A-C-K-L-E-R. That's what penmanship looks like. Can anybody read that who's under 20? AI, yes, makes me sound like a genius, but it's not me. I think AI is bad. It might be able to help with crime and things like that, but you know what? Once you sign up on YouTube or Google or anything, they know all about you and they talk about free speech. Oh, we have our free speech. And with all of this Diddy and these movie stars, they use Harry and Meghan on every frickin' magazine I look at. But that's not why I'm here. It started with the Sackler family. Somebody in my family knows that I've probably met when he was 12, 21, 30, 20, 29, and when he was a kid. And he died in the middle of Barrie on the fucking street because of fentanyl. Because he came out of jail, and that's nobody's business, and I'm not mentioning names. And he was there for 2 years, and he was happy because this kid was traumatized from the time he was a little boy. And every single person who gets addicted to anything, whether you're a pain patient or you do them to get high, which is stupid. It ruins people's lives. And then what would happen if there was an Armageddon? You'd have 3/4 of the world in withdrawal from Prozac, Xanax, antidepressants, freaking Effexor, what else? Zoplicone, estrogen. What would happen to the trans people? They would turn back to the way they were. That would be really painful, though. Very painful. I'm not making fun. I'm just saying, I take medication for my pain because you know what that doctor did. Now, I have to go sneeze. I am not re-recording this. Okay, Sarah always tells me to get to my point. Merry Christmas to you, love, with the barbecues, and I'm freezing to death now. I need to be in Australia with Sarah. I do. Okay. Started off with the Sackler family. And can you all read this? Crime of the century. Okay? Can you read? I'm mad. You know why? Because this family, we did not know. We were, the whole world, or wherever they gave Oxycontin to. If somebody says to you, like myself, who's been in pain, and they say, I've never taken an Oxycontin, they are lying. Lying. I took one about 5 times. Yeah, it was below 10, around 5. And this was in 2009. I didn't take 5 at a time, but somebody gave me 5, 80s. What do you do with them? Because what people do, or what they used to do, is they would give people pain pills. And I lived in Barrie in 2009, and Barrie, Ontario, Canada, the methadone clinics of the world. So 5 Oxycontin, because I met this guy who dealt them, which I didn't know he did. I was very naive. You don't understand. You know where I came from. Jenny Craig. It was a cult. What did I know? Nothing. So over the course of 2 weeks, I would say, a week to be fair, because I don't really remember, I would take one and I would itch to death. Make me feel numb. Give me lots of energy. And then 3 days later, I'll take half. Oh, what a nice feeling. No, I didn't have injuries then. I did, but they weren't Oxycontin needed. They were Tylenol 3, okay? And why? Because I was anorexic, remember? I've got terrible arthritis. Well, how do I move my body that way? Gabapentin, Toradol. I used to get cortisone injections in my knee, but I don't do that anymore. But anyway, itch. And I thought, these things make you feel so good. I'm not taking them because I know my personality. And when I come on, you know, sometimes I don't know what the hell I'm doing because I watch so much YouTube and these amazing, like, CEO of a Diary of a CEO, Andrew Gold Heretics, Sean Atwood's channel, Rotten Mango. I mean, this, and Candace Owens did one video that got 4,129,826,000 views the last time I checked. I watched it twice, thumbed it up, commented, because that's the way I am. Anyway, the raffle, We'll pick another day when this settles down. So fentanyl. So the Sackler family invented OxyContin. My issue in Barrie, I was in physical pain, yes, because of the anorexia, the dislocated OxyContin. Is that how you spell it? What did Johnny Depp call them? Roxycodone? Let's go with that one. Roxycodone. Roxycontin. How about Roxy Rotten? Roxy Rotten. Here, I'll print this one. Okay, so then what happened was the Sackler family, if you watch The Empire of Pain, or read the book The Empire of Pain, watch Crime of the Century, which I've been meaning to dive into forever, but today just seems like the appropriate day. So, okay, so over a week period, 2-week period, I don't remember, 10 days to be fair, I have 5 OxyContins, 80s. They're not mine. I didn't buy them, but they try to get you addicted. That's what they do. And I thought, no. Because when you feel emotionally shitty, and what often happens is somebody will get an injury. And then these morons were selling heroin in a pill. Okay, and then doctors started to get their license taken away in the States. And then in 2012, which by the way, was one of their most profitable years. Mom, I'm doing a thing. Unless you want to share. No? Okay. Boy, I use a lot of, I have to go get my new, you're going to love, Ashley, you're coming with me. No, I'm just getting my new high voltage thing that you were marching with. Yeah, Mom's not feeling well today. She's not even saying hello. I'm just making a video, Ma. It's just me. Hello, people. All right, here, look what I bought. Ready? Yeah? I don't know where that thing is. It's a big brown thing, and I'll find it. Ready? Look at this. So I go to the dollar store on Friday. That was the day that I did all the laundry, remember? Hang on a minute. Let me get behind my light again. And my flag. And my crappy painting. Okay. Anyhow, look what I found. Look what I found. Look what I bought for $4. So I was thinking, Trevor made my logo. Trevor, did you get this from the dollar store? I don't think so. Okay, so, and I got this one for $4 because you know that I take notes all the time. So I need to get organized. What's the day today? Today's the 16th. All right, December the 16th of 2024. A person I know. Okay, never mind. I'll write it later. So we've got, just bear with me. Everybody, nobody has patience and I'm not editing. Am I angry? I know I'm not prettied up, but that's the way it is. So people either watch you because of what you have to say or what you look like or how you present yourself. And if you're not completely conformed and perfect, like Andrew Gold, that's why I love him, because he's perfect. Oh, and I will be back to reading my books again because I've read them from front to back. Thank you, EW. A special thank you to EW because he's the one that purchased the books. I was a dummy. Do you know what I did before I get on the Sackler thing? Do you know what I did? I ordered this shirt and the one that I was exercising with on my live, and then I have an extra one. So I'd like to give that away to anybody who trusts me with their address. Now, your email address, you have to give me in order to get the Amazon card. So if you don't trust me, then I don't know what to say by now. So anyways, it's December the 16th. So why I was dummy is because Canada Post is on strike. And I wanted a few people's mailing addresses because I wanted to send you guys cards. Is that too much? I mean, it's not a big channel. And really, when you think about it, there's probably out of the 636 people, which, by the way, if you have ever commented, you will never leave this brain. Ever. So, but like I do remember like people that sometimes I'll get subscriptions. It'll say, it depends on how often I go through the phone. And I think that if you're a YouTuber, like a famous one, you'd probably need people to do that stuff for you. But look, I ran a region with, almost 200 employees, 13 stores in Western Vancouver for 15 years. In between trainer and regional. And there were well over 5,000 clients. I knew everybody. Do you know that once I had like a photographic memory before I banged my head and got a concussion? And today's Monday, right? That means that this person deceased, dearly departed, yes, I have ADHD. Just think of this like entertainment. So this person I can't mention. I'm just calling to call him Junior. How about Junior Doe? What a dummy. Why did he have to do that? So he was in jail for 2 years. He had been, I do not like the word clean or dirty. I hate those words. The language of opiate use or you surrender to it. It does speak to your character. I don't really buy into this whole thing about addiction is a disease. I think that's who you are as a person. Because, trust me. So it started with the Sackler family. So let me stay on straight. So starting with the Sackler family, they created OxyContin. And do you know the pain charts? You know the pain charts from 1 to 10? Do you know all of that marketing started with Arthur Sackler? And it was a marketing campaign that even flew into Canada. So anybody who knows me, who watches the channel, knows why I started it and knows why this is a non-charity donation. If anybody's ever interested in what I have to do or say on high voltage, so soft. Maybe if I start hoping and wishing and praying. Oh, maybe I should put it right here. I'll figure something out, Trevor. So the pain scales then came to Canada. For real. Because when I broke my leg, October the 28th of 2017 at RVH, which is the Royal Victoria Hospital in Barrie, Ontario, Michael Corcola was the surgeon, and he decided with this other Chinese man, I can't help it. I'm sorry, I'm going to make fun of something. Because I was in such pain, I needed some comic relief, and I have Chinese in my blood. So I can say this, okay? Look, I have no eyelids. Everybody can always tell when I'm stoned. From pot. So, do I need to show the knee again or no? Okay. So when I was in the wheelchair, I was like this for a year. And it's cold in Barrie, okay? So just think of this as a wheelchair. But my one leg was on this special, what's it called? It was a special thing that came out of the chair, all right? And I would wheel around. Do you think that anything could stop me? Do you know once, you know this one time at band camp, no, honestly, one time, it was 2018, New Year's Eve, and I stayed in, of course, with Sophie Ann, and she was a year old at that time, almost a year old. She's 7 now. She's not doing well, guys. Anyway, but she's here. She has allergies, and it really affects her health. Okay, so I love Sophie, you know. Hey, and if I laugh and get distracted, it's usually because I'm nervous. So when that happened to me, I was wheeling around, and what this genius, Michael Corcola and Ching Jong-u decided to do was, here's my leg, right? This has to do with the Sackler family. I'll get to my point. I had to have 2 corrective surgeries, so I was under 4 times between 2017 and 2019. And then COVID hit 2020. I received COVID. Thank you so much for letting me receive it. January the 10th of 2020, as did my neighbor and lots of people before we knew what it was. My mother kept telling me to go to the hospital. Now keep in mind, I had had my surgery on the 19th. I had to go to Vancouver. It was November 17th till December the 3rd to my ex-husband in North Vancouver to bring all my belongings back to Ontario that I hadn't had for 10 years. It's been a hard road. It's been a long way down. I'm gonna write a song today. So, this is the way when you break a femur. This is what docs do. They put 3 little pins right here, and they put a bar across. Okay? Now, the femur break, they're usually on the front. Like, they usually break. When you have a femur break, it's usually from skiing, so the leg twists. Twist, right? And you all know the bone erosion that I have. It's getting worse. You can see it when I exercise in tights or, you know, a bodysuit or bare legs, right? So this is how it's supposed to be done. And then the bar goes underneath the flesh on the side of the leg. Remember that big bruise that I had in the summertime? That was because I fell off my scooter because the pedal hit the ground because I didn't put up the pedals. You remember the year before when I rented a scooter and I had scabs on my face? Well, yeah, anyway. Okay, that's the way it's supposed to be done. And I've looked up, I've told you every single case, and I've never heard of this happening to anybody before. This is what Michael Corcola from the Royal Victoria Hospital did. And Ching Chong-Wu. If you don't like this video and you get bored in some of it, just fast forward it a little bit, but I promise you there is an ending to this that you're not going to want to miss. All right? Okay. This is what he did to my knee. I had beautiful legs. You know how there's a piece of your body that you always like? I always knew I was blessed with my legs. And I took care of them. Well, this genius decided to take 2 nails I swear on Sophie's life, on my reputation, on everything that I hold dear. This is what this genius did. He put the bar underneath my kneecap with 2 nails. Okay? Why does this make me so angry now? Because I am still in pain. And he got away with it. You see, you have to look at the timeline. And this is, you know what? I'm not going to tell you what I'm doing, because when people tell you what they're doing, then they usually don't do it, according to Denzel Washington. Okay? Let's just say I've been doing a lot of organizing, like Emily D. Baker and Nate the lawyer, to put this together in a book, medical book form case trauma event, for 7 years. So I'm sorry if I'm passive aggressive. All right? This is why I started the channel. Remember in the summer? I go to the Sackler family to my leg. Why is that important? Because then in 2012, they called this thing pseudo addiction. And what was his name? I can't even remember his name now. John Sackler, Jack Sackler, the shit Sackler. Okay? I'm sorry, God, but sometimes when you have to talk about wrongdoing, you have to step away. Because what kind of psychopath, first of all, would let me sit in a wheelchair with my leg out like this? You want to see a picture of what, I'm going to show you a picture of what I looked like when I edit this, before I broke my leg. Nobody ages like this naturally. Do you think I like being skinny? I don't. So when I'm sitting there going, why can't I bend my leg? And why are there pins sticking out? You know what he said? I said, stop doing that to me. I said, what is wrong? You know what he did? He looked at me and he said, where do you get that stuff? You know what he was talking about? Pain medication. He knew exactly where I got that stuff. I was on my way to Ottawa. I had one doctor in Grimsby, which is a 2-hour ride from Barrie. Okay? That son of a bitch falsified documents to my doctor in Grimsby to the point where he almost dropped me because he said I was using too much medication. And I thought, well, no shit, Sherlock. Of course, I didn't think about that of the doctor at the time. I was terrified. And that's why I was going to him every week. But you've got to remember, go on Google Map. Tell me how far it is in kilometers or miles from Barrie, Ontario, Canada to Grimsby, Ontario, Canada. Okay? For 2.5 years after the corrective surgery. So before doctor almost dumped me, I said, before you do that, hear me out. And when I do what I'm doing, you'll see all of the notes. I'm putting them up and they can go ahead and sue me. What are they going to take away? My fuzzy book? My memories? far as I'm concerned, as Flo would say from Alice. Does anybody remember Alice? Kiss my grits. Okay. So pseudo-addiction. You know what pseudo-addiction is? Okay, ready for this one? Pseudo-addiction is, this is the truth. When you're put on medicine, but you're addicted to the medicine and you're really not in pain. Look, if you're a pain patient or you are using them for different reasons, which means you're traumatized and hurting, which shouldn't be judged. That's why I don't tell anybody that I have pain. Well, everybody knows I have pain, but I don't talk about what I take and how much, because I don't take a lot at all. Oh my gosh. 7 years ago, it must have been 60 milligrams, not Oxycontin. It was a different type of medication, but it was very high. But it made me functional and I wasn't in pain. So I needed it. And there are times when you do, okay? So whether you're a pain patient or you're experimenting, your body will get physically addicted, whether you take them perfectly or imperfectly. And it's a very dangerous thing to come off of them, especially benzodiazepines. But my point is, in 2012, it wasn't Kirk Curtis, but there was another gentleman. I could look him on Google right now, but I'm taping. He started talking about pseudo-addiction. Well, that's a bunch of crap. Then the people in Canada and in the States between 2012 and 2013, doctors started cutting people completely off. Not tapering off. You're gone. You're a loser. You're a junkie. Go away. So then what do all of these people do? Because the Sackler family decided to run a campaign with probably 100,000, 50,000 salespeople. And then you have people that are addicted to Oxycontin because it's heroin in a pill. It's not hydromorphone. It's not Dilaudid. It's not Tylenol 3. It's not Tylenol 4. It's not Toradol. It's not gabapentin. It'll fucking kill you. Okay? So then everybody starts dying like dominoes. Whoop, doo, 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 doo. Who cares? Who cares? The Sacklers are getting rich. Oh, this is how you write rich. Why is this making me so mad? Somebody in my family has serious issues. I have come up against this situation. It literally ate me alive and I've been enraged. But because of all of you and your support, and I absolutely mean that, it's Christmas time. You know that I can't stand BS or small talk. And you all know that I get a kick out of myself when I think I'm so funny. But I'm not laughing right now. This is serious. A doctor's oath. Somebody that I know who is elderly, you can't tape conversations with doctors, but they can tape them with you. Well, this person that I knew, I said to them, make sure that you keep, you record this. It was elderly abuse. And it made me sick to my stomach because it took me from this page all the way to this page. A doctor's oath. What does it mean to any of you? Especially Michael Corcola and the other person in my life that means more to me than myself. And it needed to be said. I've lost 2 people in my life to fentanyl. So what I'm trying to say is, why in the hell you wean people off? You don't cut them off. That's why Patrick, I forget his last name because I do these impromptu, but he was at the judiciary hearing, and you can find it on YouTube, with the Sackler family, and they didn't take one iota of responsibility. They caused this story. I remember Megyn Kelly interviewed the guy that wrote Dope Sick for Disney, and then there's Painkiller on Netflix. And he also wrote the movie Bombshell about Megyn Kelly. She had him on a year ago, 2 years ago. Her face used to be really, really round, but she looks like she's lost a ton of weight. But that does happen when we age. Our faces get thinner. That's why I try to keep eating like chocolate bars and Oreo cookies in the middle of the night. I'd rather be overweight than skinny. Anyway, then I was thinking, Megyn Kelly had a sister. But when Megyn Kelly talks about it, she's so bitter. Like, one day a doctor prescribed this medication. But what I don't understand is, how could a class 2 narcotic, how could doctors not be aware that they think they're gods? But let me tell you something. It never used to be like this. And the reason that the reason Patrick started to dig into the Sackler family is because he was wondering why there was all this heroin coming into the States. Because the pharmaceuticals keep in touch with the cartel to find out what's going on. It's biological warfare. Don't become a statistic. If I'm not here and I'm not conducting an interview or exercising, I am not feeling well. I'm going to be 54 this year. I always say I'm not a survivor, but I think I am. And the things that I've seen in my life, from living, with around doctors and lawyers and having this amazing job and a marriage, to then losing absolutely fucking everything because I let it happen and I let somebody take control of my money. I was 38 years old and I screwed up. So if we screw up, account for it and move forward. And doctors, if you screw up, say something. You don't keep your oath. You let somebody sit in a wheelchair for 6 months and say nothing, and then Dr. Ching Hang Oo. I mean, I'm sorry. Look, I don't have eyelids, guys, okay? I'm Mongolian, Chinese. I've got it in my ancestry. So I'm going to say this. I asked them why the pain in my knee. My knee was swollen like this for 6 months. So, yeah, my family doctor was going to drop me because of pain medication, but that's why I was going to him, asking him what's going on, because I couldn't take that. It was still swollen, and I didn't even see the pins until January. And that's when I showed my doctor, and I said, I need to see one other orthopedic surgeon in a different jurisdiction. Because in that hospital at RVH, they are gossip machines. You don't think my psychiatrist at that point, why was I seeing a psychiatrist? Well, that's because the guy that I was with just dropped me off in Barrie and never came back after he sold his condo. Whose fault is that? Mine. So why am I telling you all these secrets? Because if I can make it through these things with limited resources, and you can't ever give up. And what makes me so mad about people passing away, it's not even heroin anymore. Now it's fentanyl, and it's in every single street thing you'd ever want to have. And you know how I know? But in life, when you need to pay your rent, you need to pay your rent. But everything's been calm. And the reason that I brought up this other woman and this other man in my life where it was elder abuse is because these doctors have got to stop being assholes. And that's the bottom line. My doctor, so nice. It's the old school doctors. It's the young ones that I'm afraid. Because when you put power into people that want power, they're not going to behave properly. And if Donald Trump thinks that he's going to give us a 25% tariff to deliver stuff to the country, well, Doug Ford's, well, anyways, read about it if you care about politics. I will try to splice and slice this, but I doubt I will. I hope you understand where I'm coming from. And if you have questions, and if you've had addiction issues, and you feel alone, and you're traumatized, you know, this might be the channel for you. Because starting the new year, I'm changing everything for the better good. And why I started this channel is because of what happened. I can never speak of it again because every single video I do, and it's Christmas, it's a new year. And, you know, I'm serious. If you ever, I do not want donations. People have kindly asked me that. People have asked me, I don't want anything. I was joking in the dance room, but I bought myself ballet slippers. Oh, I'll show you the top that I bought 2 of them. And I'm hoping that somebody out there likes it because I like this one, but I bought it on Tumi. But on Tumi, I thought that I bought the exercise ball and the Botox cream, and I didn't. What a silly I am. I still have to fold my laundry, but as you can tell, look, we did it. That was a lot of laundry, guys. That was a lot of laundry. Okay, wait. I wanted to show you something. Yodelay, yodelay, yodelo. Okay, we're doing our exercises next too. I can't remember. Okay, I'm going live. I'm doing my exercises. If you want to join me, yes. Trevor, I've not been in touch. Oh, I know what I was going to say. Next year, 2025. Today's the 16th. We are going to have the raffle, but I think I keep putting it off because I need more people to sign up. If you want, I mean, who doesn't want a free card? Do you know how excited I get when I get things in the mail, which is very rare? But EW, thank you for those bucks. I need a hero. Okay. Oh, my mother's watching Seinfeld. That's why I'm mad, because I want to make a world a better place. Take a look at yourself and then make a change. Okay, so I get fired up because it's the taxpayers that end up paying for this, and it's not fair. But nobody cares because it happens to 36,000 people. Everybody cares about the trans issue. Everybody cares about Islam and all of that, and I understand because there are world wars, but people go within wars of themselves. So if you're having a war within yourself, email me at LisaRojenko_1971@iCloud.com. And the reason this is a charity is because when I monetize, I'm not going to say if, when. Because do you know I have another channel that's called L&L Soul Sisters, but I changed it to high voltage. But I'm going to change it to something else. And then I have another channel called Lasha Rojenko, where there's 91 souls, 308 people on that channel, but all of my footage is on high voltage. So 736 people have taken the time, and I think that the people that are joined to this channel must be from the other two channels. But really, you know what? We did it. Now, I might host this show, but if we earn any money on this show, it's going to people that need it. Because if Trump, when he gets in January, he's going to put Canada's economy into the crusher. So I am going to come up with new themes. If you want to learn how to get over trauma, I've been researching. I have tangible tools. Meet me in the exercise room in 20 minutes and we'll get to it. Okay? Thank you for listening. I hope you got something out of it. And, just for shits and giggles, I'm asking you, and I don't ask for anything, really. I don't. I really don't, not even in my own life. Could you please comment on what you got out of this talk, aside from the fact that I have ADHD, I don't have makeup on, and my clothes are funny, and whatever else. Please, just keep it kind. I need the help. Sign up for the raffle. Anybody is welcome. If you've commented, and I'll know if you have, or subscribed, you are welcome. Trevor, we're going to have to change it until like the 20th. Like just before Christmas. Just before Christmas. Join the raffle. In Canada, I ask you, what could be better than a waffle and a raffle on the 21st of Christmas Day? Maybe I'll start putting on Broadway shows, okay? I'll see you in there. There's a place we go where there's a gal in town and a place we go called Bedrock. Twist, twist. Okay, we're going to have fun. I'll see you live in 10 minutes.